All right. With power of this spoken word in the name of Yahweh, in the name of authority of Yahshua Messiah, in the direction of the Holy Spirit, Ruach HaKodesh, basically your soul. As it's defined, where I left off at in the previous video, okay? What people aren't considering is the fact that the same thing that the Jewish people have used to build their reality is up for grabs for everybody willing to learn, okay? The people that don't want to learn are basically stuck inside of the matrix to where you can't move forward because no one has a thirst for spirituality, because no one thirsts for truth, okay? They subject themselves to the continuum of returning to earth to work out the lessons that they were supposed to learn because they didn't get them this time around. Life, in essence, is not just to enjoy, but to learn parts of the evolution of your soul so that you can understand that death, though there is a physical aspect of it, is a shift in reality. All your ancestors whom you are scared to even contact or get in contact with, or to even help you understand how to walk in your purpose, you were taught to shun them. You were taught that it was evil, but the people that taught you that it was evil were the people that knew that if you found out how to get in touch with your ancestors and you listen to them, that you would be able to find your way out of the matrix. Now understand this, and I do want to say this because I get a lot of people that will mix up what I'm saying. All your ancestors in your family are not going to help you in this life. How do you know good ancestors from bad ancestors? Well, one is going to be the relationship that you had with them. If you had an ancestor that didn't care nothing about you, that didn't talk to you, that was always trying to berate you or put you down or put you through trials and tribulations, that's not the ancestor that you want to get in contact to help you in this life. It was somebody that really cared about you, nurtured you, helped you, was always understanding, supported you. Those are your ancestors that you put on your altar because they're going to come through. They helped you then and they're going to help you now. So sometime roughly, people go and hear messages like what I'm saying and they get in contact with their ancestors, and then they come to find out they invited onto their altar an ancestor that didn't like them, never cared about them, and still don't care nothing about them in their afterlife. And so they're putting up roadblocks, sometimes not even knowing that that ancestor might have been a practitioner and is trying to siphon off you because they didn't care about you in this life and they don't care about you in the afterlife. So that becomes another topic in another video for purposes of discerning why you should have an ancestor altar. But back to what I was saying. All your ancient grimoires from King Solomon on down were written in Hebrew. The tarot, most people say, oh, the church said, well, did you know that a lot of what the church is telling you not to do, they involved in themselves? And I can prove it. All right? But that doesn't mean don't go to church. It's just understanding the position that the church has and what they have tried to forbidden the churchgoer and the parishioners from involving themselves in. They're using that same method to keep them inside of the pews. How's the kettle gonna call the pot black? All right. So now moving on. Like I say, I'm just kind of winging it right now because I have so many downloads. I got a tablet at the house that I'm just, I have some messages. They're more organized inside of my tablet, but this because I was out here, I was told to come out here, get some fresh air, sit in the park, you know, and commune with, you know, the earth. Another thing, like I said, there's a lot of little jewels that I'm dropping in the video, and they're all not on the same topic. For instance, also, because you failed to try to learn some form of magic, you failed to exercise control over your life. And when you look into the 12 universal laws, what you don't set in motion, you give your willpower to decide away to those who will decide for you. Okay, it doesn't mean you don't respect the law. You're supposed to respect the law and follow the guidelines of society. Always. It doesn't mean that. It's called changing the trajectory of how you experience life. How, you know, everybody seems to think that they're stuck in debt when only thing that you really having to do is to do some shadow work to find out what is the spiritual blockage stopping your money from coming into this realm. Because that's what it means. It means you have a spiritual blockage. It ain't that you've been cursed. Some of y'all actually are in families that have have been handed down generational curses. And if you've had a hell of a hard life, a lot of times you might be the one that was going to come through, that was going to take on what they call, in the Greek mythology, they had the Argonauts, the story of the 12 labors that the Argonauts had went through, you understand me, as to proof that they were capable of becoming gods. Okay, well, you have to understand something. The God that they're talking about in the Bible, the one that I speak of, and I say, Yahweh, look at Psalm 82. Say, do you not know that ye are gods? But because of your ignorance, you'll die like mortal men. Meaning that you have the power to exercise creative control over your life and to become something that not only helps you in your next life, but allows you to help other people. Something distracted me, just like that. See? But another thing, because like I say, I'm winging it, I'm going off the top of my head, is a lot of y'all, and I heard a sister talking about this, are trying to go to practitioners to, you know, turn life around, do things for you, and a whole lot of stuff. At the end of the day, there's only a handful of real practitioners that you can pay to help you deal with some of life's challenges. But the end goal is to learn. The greatest thing you can do when you come across somebody that knows magic is to sit, even if you gotta pay, and learn how to do it yourself. Learn how to do your own magic. Because no matter what magic is done for you, it only has a certain level of strength because it was done in proxy. So that means it doesn't have an indefinite timeline. And the only way that it does have a definite timeline is for those that have actually been initiated through certain schools of thought. There's many out there. I don't have to go to naming off any. And these could be formal initiations, or they could have been initiated. You could have been initiated by your ancestors. When you really find out you got ancestors in your bloodline really that know a whole bunch about some hoodoo and voodoo and a whole bunch of other stuff, and they start passing these secrets onto you because they don't feel like you're going to rack up more karma, but you're going to help yourself and then try to heal your bloodline. And healing your bloodline is not going after them and going and telling everybody this is what you need to do. That's not that. It's you learning and becoming an example and making everybody want to come to you to learn. That's how you teach. Y'all remember that. But for right now, I'm out. Love y'all. Be safe. Ashe.